Hello, this is Peg with Craft Room Stories. Welcome to my channel. Okay, I had what I consider a brilliant idea. I saw this on another channel. I'll link it below because I can't remember the name of it right now. And she took playing cards and kind of was, decorating them based on the background. So some of the vintage playing cards are the ones that have little flowers or various things on them. And she put different things on them that kind of went with the background and made them kind of really a lot more interesting and really quite fun. So I thought to myself, because I thought, oh, I'll do that for my video today. That'll be fun. And then I thought, no, I've got this whole box of postcards, and some of them are multiples and some of them are not that interesting, but I just really, like to work with them, and they're like a really good size. So I thought, why don't I take and do that with postcards? So I've got all these fun things, and let me just show you the one I've done so far. Now, obviously, they do not have to be to size, okay? So you're, not necessarily going to have things to size, but that's what makes it more interesting, is that then, we've got the birdhouse. Let me see if I'm in there so you can see, and because there's kind of a glare. So we've got the bird in the birdhouse, and we've got the dog and the cat, and we've got a little strip of flowers and a butterfly and some little embroidered flowers. And that just makes that immediately so much more interesting. And this actually is a card. I realized after I started decorating it, and I said, I don't care. That's fun. This can now be a great journaling spot. So we've got that. And we're going to just keep going, okay? But before we really get into this, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I made it above 500, and so many of you have commented and just been so precious. And I am just thrilled to bits. I can't believe 500 people would even care, to watch my nonsense, but I appreciate it so much. And it's just so fun to share ideas. And I love to hear when you guys, what you guys have to say based on what I did and the ideas of how it could be done differently. I love that, because that's what's fun about crafting, is sharing ideas. And since we can't all be together hanging out doing this, then these videos are a way for us to do that, and it makes it amazing. So here's what we're going to do. Whoever likes and comments on this video will be in for the drawing for, I don't remember which one. I did a thing where people voted on what they wanted. I think the last time, let me look. The last time I looked, it was up to, it was people were wanting craft supplies. So let me just look real quick and see for sure. I don't know why I'm trying to read things without my glasses. They're just on my head and I forgot to look. Okay. So let's just see real quick. I'm not super great at this. Okay, so yeah, 56% wanted a box of junk journal supplies. This will be a generous box of supplies, and we'll do the drawing based on whoever comments and likes on this video that we're doing right now. And I am doing this today. I will upload it today. Today is Wednesday, the 25th. Of September. So we'll get on this. Anyway, so good luck to the winner, and I hope that, I hope that whoever wins likes, whoever wins, we'll probably talk about your style and things that you like, and I'll try to incorporate things that you like or things that you've maybe wanting that you don't have and maybe I have. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, look at this one. Okay, see 7 states from Rock City, world's 8th wonder, Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's great. I really don't want all of that in, I don't want, if I got this postcard, that would really mean nothing to me. It's not written on the back. So what I thought was, I have this kind of fabric ribbon stuff with some plastic, apparently, tape. And I thought, let's make kind of some shingles with this and go across. I don't know how it's going to work out, but let's just try it and see. I'm not going to be real particular anything like that. I've never laid shingles, so, you know, we're just going to make them approximately the same size. Really, it doesn't even matter if they're the exact same size. We're just going to go with it. If some of them are a little bigger and some of them are a little smaller, that's okay. They're going to be overlapping and everything, so it doesn't really matter. And I don't even know how many we need, but we're going to keep going till we hopefully get a number that will cover that ugly roof. And I hope this actually does cover it. Yeah, it will cover it. So I don't know. This is just, you know, fun and interesting way. And I thank this other lady so much. I wish I could remember her name. In my mind, I had it all remembered, and then I went blank. And we need to give her some love anyway. So when I put her down in the underneath or whatever, you know, tag her, you need to give her some love. She's only got a little over 100 subscribers, so she's not been at this, I don't think, terribly long. So we need to give her some love. And I probably have way too many, but that's okay. We're just going to get started on this. And I'm just going to glue, you know, like the top part of it and leave the other bit. Well, no, maybe for this one, I'll just going to go all the way down. I don't know what I'm doing, but I mean, we're just making this up as we go along. It's not even maybe going to be exactly right, but it's okay. So, what have you guys been working on? Anybody else got any brilliant ideas? I'd love to say, you know, this was totally mine and just out of the blue, but it's not. But doing it on postcards is, now, that doesn't mean that somebody else hasn't already done this and I just didn't know it or hadn't seen it. I hadn't seen any. I've seen people take postcards and fix them up like where they cover the complete picture and then decorate it up and then leave what's on the back. Or if they like the picture and they, you know, there's not really anything on the back and they do something with the back. I've seen that. Okay, so I'm going to cut this a little bit. Let's see if I can do that at kind of an angle. Is that, well, she says, and then, okay, let's see, that'll be kind of like that. All right. So anyway, okay, I had a story. So while I'm gluing this stuff down, I had a story, and I don't think I've told it. I mean, you know, I could have, and I just don't remember it, but I don't think I have. So I'm planning on putting like a hot air balloon, maybe on this one, I don't know, in the sky. And it reminded me of when I got to go on a hot air balloon ride. And, you know, I don't know if I want to make, shall I just do two? I think I'll just do two. But let's get this at a kind of an angle even. Yeah, so I used to be, and I think I've mentioned this before, I used to be a disc jockey for a Christian radio station for like 5 years. And then I worked my way up to program director. And the program director, what am I doing? What did I do? Y'all, what am I doing? That was it. Okay. Sorry. So program director has to take over if somebody else can't be there and there's nobody else to do the job, it's you. So in the summertime, it was kind of sparse because this was actually a college radio station. And so the news director couldn't come in, so I had to do the news story. Well, the news story this day was we were doing a live broadcast from a hot air balloon. So I got to go up. Well, it just so happened that Rob was visiting me. We were engaged, and he was visiting me. And so he went with me, not expecting to be able to go up in it, but, you know, just going along. And the guy said, yeah, we've got room for you. Come on. So, of course, he jumps on that. That's fun. And, okay, sticking to me. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best way. Wait, we got to cut it this angle a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing. So he was all excited, and we get to go up in a hot air balloon. Okay, everything's sticking to me because I've got glue on me. Now wait a minute, this way. So we go up in the hot air balloon. Y'all, it was amazing. If you ever get to go up in a hot air balloon, I highly recommend it. However, I went to college in Texas, and I don't know if I can get that and still cut it at an angle, which I should have done. Yeah, that's better, I think. Okay, so, and there's our barn roof. I think that's kind of fun. I don't know what you think, but anyway, so let's put something else on it. And I'm going to tell the story while we're doing that. So, we go up in the hot air balloon. Y'all, it was amazing. I have never in my life, it's the most peaceful thing. You feel like you're not moving. There's no awareness that you're actually moving. It feels like you're being very still because you just don't feel it. And it was really, really cool. And yeah, so this was in Texas though, because I went to school in Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And it's windy there a lot. And this day was no exception. It was windy. And so when the wind started picking up, the guy that was, the pilot or whatever, I don't know what they call him. I think that's what it's called. Y'all, there's glue seeping through here. I put a little too much. Sorry, but that's okay. I mean, I could always put flower trims across it if I wanted to. Or, ooh, I'll just put a bird up there. Okay, so we want, that one's too big. Let's see, do we have a smaller bird? I did not pick a smaller bird. Could this one be flying through the sky? I mean, yeah, but he's really huge. I'm going to have another plan. I will find another bird. But anyway, so yeah, when we went to land, okay, by the way, this was a while back, and we were not, everything now is like electronic or whatever. I had this big, huge transmitter thing with a microphone and everything, and this sucker was heavy, and it was on a strap, and you carried it over. Rob was holding it for me because it was hard for me to hold that and the microphone and hang on and all of that. So I'm doing the story up there, interviewing the pilot and everything, and it was just so much fun. And while I'm talking, I'm going to look for a bird. Yeah, then the wind picks up, and they're like, yeah, we're going to need to take this down, and here's what you need to be aware of. It could like tip over and everything because of the wind before we can get it all, all the helium taken out of it and whatever. Okay. So, he was talking all serious and stuff, and so I was like getting a little concerned. And so sure enough, when we go to land on this thing, the wind kicked up, and he was all like, hang on, yeah, hang on. I'm definitely going to be hanging on for sure. Not letting go of that. So let me see, that one might work. Ooh, these are prettier. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by looking for a bird now. I'm missing the plot of my story. So we go to land, and we're hanging on. Rob's hanging on to this thing, but instead of hanging on to the thing, he has it, just the strap is on his shoulder, and he's hanging on with both hands to the side of the thing, which I understand. But I'm hanging on with one hand and had the microphone in the other. Anyway, we land, we tip over. This monstrous of a transmitter thing goes flying from the strap, knocks me in the head, gives me a concussion. I didn't black out or anything like that, But I did end up in the emergency room later because I had the most horrible headache and a huge knot and everything. It was awful. So everything was great about the trip, the hot air balloon trip, but the landing. So I recommend, if you're in Texas, there's like almost no non-windy days. So I don't really know, because even if you think it's non-windy, like the wind will pick up. So you just never know. So, you know, do it if you can, but maybe find like a non-windy state. That might be the thing to do. Okay. So I got this bird book sometime at like, I don't know, it's almost falling apart and stuff. So I think I got it for like 50 cents or something a couple of years ago before I ever had a channel. And it's great for finding pictures of birds to cut out and put in your projects. So anyway, hot air balloon ride. If something bizarre or unpleasant or painful is going to happen, or embarrassing, that is definitely, I'm going to be in the midst of that, just so you know. So if any of you guys have got some kind of not so attractive or a little bit boring postcards, do not toss them. You don't necessarily have to cover the whole thing up. You can doctor it like we're doing right now. So cutting things and gluing things, I have to hold my mouth funny, and it's very difficult for me. You will not find me fussy cutting typically on a video. So I'm like using some ink to Distress Oxide to kind of cover up my shoddy cutting and any places where the white of the paper is showing. So we are going to take this bird. Now I am using Fabri-Tac because obviously this is going onto this fabric ribbon, and these postcards are a little bit shiny, so he's going to cover up that glue. I mean, there's some other glue stuff too, but that one was the worst. So there we go. All right, now that's that. Let's see, a little hot air balloon in the distance. What else have we got? I've got some flowers here. I've got a little dog that could be in the field. She's kind of cute there. I've got this cute little dog. Oh, it may have to be her. I don't know, but also I have this cute little girl. I've got some of these cute little Holly Hobby looking girls. But if I use them and this big of a dog, I wonder if I could cut her down still. I think I'll use that for a different one. We could have a bulldog, like he's huge. I mean, they don't have to be like, maybe I'll just do her like she's sitting on a fence. She could be, I mean, there could be a fence there. I don't want to put everything off in the distance. Let's just put her right there. I think she's cute. And I might put some little flowers around her, those embroidered flowers. Okay, definitely should have filled my glue bottle before getting on here, but I was on the phone with my sister, and so normally I try to prepare for things like that, for like the videos, and not, you know, be running out of things. Okay, that's not going to be in the way. Now, one thing to note on these postcards, they're a little bit shiny, and so any kind of glue shows up. So I have these glue erasers that I get from the Dollar Tree, and they just take that. It doesn't work that great on the fabric, it's got to be said, but a little bit, actually, a little bit. So anywhere where there's a, ooh, I just flew. Oh, y'all, I blew with all this paper things sitting around. All right, let's put some little flowers. What do we need? We need probably a little brown flower, maybe a little pink. Oh, I don't know if I like the pink with that. Oh, it's okay. Oh, but I like the orange. No, I don't. Maybe the cream and orange. There we go. Okay. And a little green. We'll just do a little cluster of them. And a little blue. Okay, we'll just do a little cluster. And I'm going to put these with hot glue. And because they're like this fabric stuff, and I think it's easier with these, like they're heavier. So, I mean, I could do it with Fabri-Tac, but I'd be sitting there having to hold it. And I don't want to. So, those look like they're in a line. Do I need to put that in the middle of them? Oh, that's, I may have to put more than I originally thought. I thought I was spacing them okay, but now it's looking like I was intentional. I was not trying to be. All right, so there's just a few flowers. That's okay. There's no rhyme or reason to that. That probably could have been done better, but I still like it. I still like it. Do we need a butterfly? Is it a butterfly day? It could be. It could be a butterfly day. I feel like this could call for a little butterfly, maybe amongst the flowers. Let's find a good one. I don't want it to be too big. Come here. That seems a little big. Let's go with one of these much smaller ones. Okay. Now, these I cut out with my silhouette, and they have this kind of white all the way around them like a kiss cut, and I'm going to cover that up because I don't like it as much. So we're going to do that also with a little hot glue so that the wings can stay flapping a little bit. All right, now let me see if I can show you this. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Just a little different. We've taken just kind of an icky barn that had some creepy, writing on it that you don't really want, and we've just made it fun and different. I love that. Okay, so let's keep going. I don't know how long I've been filming for. Let me just double check. 23 minutes. Can you stand one more at least? I wanted to do, okay, this one looks, okay, I'm pretty sure this is like Russia. I can't read that. It could be. It could be anything at this point. But it looks kind of like the 70s maybe. And I've got these, or older, could be the 60s. I've got these kind of fashionable women stickers. I do not know if they'll show up. They look taller than the trees. But I think that it kind of appears to be like they're in the, well, they're not all, like they're in the forefront, and that the picture is then in the back. They all seem to be facing the same direction. Can't really get them like they're having a chat. Let's see if I can find some facing the other way, if it's at all, or are they all? This one looks kind of fancy. She looks like the 50s. We're just going to mix some. Here's two that look like they're chatting. Okay. Okay, we're going to mix it up. We're going to mix up some styles. And these people down here, I may cover them up. Let me see. Because these are kind of see-through, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. So let me see if what do I have that I could kind of cover them up with? Maybe some lace or something. Obviously, lace is my first choice of all things. I mean, just, we're not necessarily having, wanting to cover them totally, but I don't know if I like that. Y'all, I'm not sure what to do with this one. Let's see. I've got some of this kind of curtain fabric looking stuff. No. Sometimes you just don't have quite the right thing, and you look and you look and you don't have quite the right thing. Kind of look like that, because to me, if I cut off this bottom part, it kind of looks like a fence. Anyone else seeing that, or is it just me? Well, let's try. Let's give it a try. I'm going to cut it maybe a little bit longer so that I can cut it off whatever I want to do. And I'll probably cut off this bottom part just under. Do you see that little line there? I'm going to cut this off. And of course I will keep it and use it for something else because it's a cute little scallop. Ooh, maybe I'll put it on the top of the card. I totally might do that. Now, I don't know if this is going to work out or if this is going to be cute at all, but, why not? Why not give it a try? Okay, if we did this, let me move the ladies. They're getting tossed asunder. Okay, if we do this, that to me kind of looks like a fence then in front of this building. And then we could maybe have that be like the top. Ooh, I kind of like it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm, I kind of like it. It could be weird, but you know what? That's the fun thing. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever you like, because, you're just redoing something that is kind of, whatever. I can't read this. So I don't even know what building that is. Some of you maybe know. I don't know what's the right side or wrong side of this. So we're just going to kind of go with it. Yeah, I maybe should have something clipping on that, but I'm not going to. Okay, I'll trim the excess bits later, so don't be alarmed. Okay. I don't know whether or not to glue this. Because of all the holes, I think I probably will. Oh, everything's sticking to me. This is just a comedy of errors, I think. I may have put that on upside down. Now that I see this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Why am I fixating on that? I don't know. I really do not know why I do things like that. I'm just kind of a nut job. And, oh, I think this is going to be so cool. To me it is. I mean, you might see it and go, no, that's not my thing. But that's okay. Because, everybody can do their own thing. It's, it's always what my mother used to say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, like, one person might be really pretty, to one person, or one person really like a gorgeous view, and another person be like, yeah, it's not doing anything for me. So that's okay. It doesn't have to. Everybody, I mean, the diversity of our humanity is what's fun, I think. Okay. So I am going to trim this off with these bigger scissors, because it's easier to reach these. Okay, let's get off there. Okay. All right, now, I think that looks kind of neat. And it kind of covers up the people that you can't really see anyway, but they just kind of muddied the background. And now let's see if we take some of these girls and put them on here, what they look like. Now, there's a large plastic, can you see that, around each one? And so I'm going to trim that down just a hair, because I don't really want that quite as wide as it is. Now I have to hold this kind of funny or I can't see it because there is a bit of a glare. So I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily, but because it's not sitting completely flush, I don't want like there to be a huge piece of plastic hanging over. I'm not going to go all the way down, but just doing just a little bit closer to these girls. Women, ladies, whatever. I don't know what comes out of my mouth sometimes when I'm crafting. Also, apparently I speak in broken sentences. My husband was like, yes, you do. I just don't finish sentences sometimes. In my head, I have finished them. And then I'm listening and I'm like, why did I not finish that sentence? That's kind of ridiculous. Or an entire topic. That's how I talk in general. I would probably drive you nuts if you met me. Okay, there's one. Okay. I think this is so cool. I know it's my idea, and so I'm saying that, but I mean, it's not totally my idea, so I can say that, but I have like this entire box of postcards because my sister got some at like some antique store or something like that in Tennessee, and she shared because she was like, you take some. So some of them are like identical. I might have like 10 or 15 cards that are exactly the same. And one might be interesting, but not that many. And also, a lot of them weren't all that interesting. And so I thought, well, I'll be covering that up. But I thought, ooh, how fun if we didn't have to totally cover it up and we could just take some of the background and, you know, use that. I am loving this. And I think I could be addicted to this if I didn't have like journals hanging over me and I could just mass make every day. I would do that, but then I don't get to craft every day, sadly, because I'm constantly going from like one doctor's appointment to another, and that kind of eats in. And for me, right now the driving is really hurting my arm that I'm probably going to have surgery on at some point in life. But since I don't have health insurance right now, I just have them keep giving me shots in my arm and my shoulder. So some of these little plastic pieces have flipped all over this desk, and I'll probably be finding them for a while because some of them were small and I can't, little glue threads hanging forevermore. These things are really good though for getting the glue off your hands as well as off of other things. And what I find with the fabric tack, is that you can't wash it off with water very easily. And so sometimes you need a little help getting a lot of the residue off first. I love these little women. I just wish they were not on this kind of plastic sticker. I wish they were more papery or something, because I just find this plastic a bit more tedious to work with, personally. But these were like, $1 or something like that on Temu. And so I don't care because I really like the style of these. I think they're so cute. Okay, now let's see how we're going to do them. She might be off to the side just looking beautiful. And this one is kind of trying to see what these women are looking at. Now we've got a story. They're looking at something. Okay. I add more glue because I do not trust stickers, especially if you're sticking them down to fabric. And I cannot see real well where I need to put the glue, so that could be problematic. Now, the sad part about it is this does put a little bit of a bump in the middle of them. I don't care though. I mean, it probably would have been better if I could have, you know, stuck them to, but then they wouldn't be see-through. But I don't know what I could have stuck them to, or built up the back. I don't know. It is what it is, and we're going to use it, and we're going to go with it because I think it's still cool. I'm just trying to smash it down a little bit more when it's on the fabric. It's not working, but that's okay. It's okay. And, you know, might would have chosen to do it differently if I'd have thought ahead, but I didn't. I don't think ahead often. I try to think ahead enough to set up what I want to use. But anyway, I still think it's cool. I still think it's cool. Oh, okay. See, sorry. Also, my left hand is going to sleep because I have like a pinched nerve or several of them in my back. And so that's also why I can't like craft for long periods of time, because, or at least some days it's worse than other days, because then I cannot feel my hand, and that makes it really difficult. Okay, look at that. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that really well. There. I love it. Okay. All right. I have so many more. I've got windows that open, you know, to be used on things. And I've got, you know, postcards. This is just, you know, a plain old house. Yeah, something, you know, it needs a dog sitting in front of it or something. I don't even know what that is. It's like some sort of school, historical homestead school and tower. Yeah, it needs, you know, maybe some kids playing in it or something. All these, you know, they're just kind of, you can add to them. And so I'm gonna add to them. And I may be working on this some more. But okay, let me just remind you before I get off of here that this is the video that I will be choosing. Whoever likes and comments, you have to like and comment on this video. I will do a drawing and you will win a box of craft supplies. So, please like and comment. And of course, if you're subscribed to my, you do have to be subscribed to my channel because, yeah, I mean, that's only right. Be subscribed to my channel, like and comment on the video, and I will do the drawing, and I will do the drawing tomorrow and do the video. I think I'll just go ahead and do the video tomorrow, and then when you'll have like a week to get back with me if you're the winner, and then we can go over some things that you might like in your box. Okay, hugs, bye.